Hello and good evening, everyone. Yes, you saw it. A couple announcements about what I'm going to be doing with my channel. Um, the first one is a game that Witch King and I are developing together. What he doesn't know is I have a viable playtesters packet uh, that is ready to go anytime. So we have a playtesters packet. And I have a scenario that spans the first from day 0 to the first 7 days of the Age of Apocalypse. Now, why are we making up a zombie game using a homebrewed system, completely different from anything else we've seen, or a little bit different? Maybe I'm going to add in some other things. I don't know yet. Well, because who doesn't like zombies? Everything's better with zombies sometimes. Well, at least a lot more fun and scary. So yeah, Age of the Dead is our own homebrew game that we're making. I don't know what's going to become of it in the future. We're going to see if it gets any upticks. I'm going to be getting with him a bit more about it. We've just been super busy the last few months, so we haven't been able to work on it. But I do have a playtesters back, and I'm getting ready to write the book now, and I'm looking for an artist. I don't know what we're going to be looking at as far as money's concerned, but we will be, as far as bill money's concerned for doing this project, but we shall see. Another announcement. Yes, you notice scenes from the first Evil Dead movie, clips, and honestly, they're just GIFs. They're just GIFs or GIFs or whatever you want to call them, GIFs. I just threw some things together with some copyright-free music, which I will be posting under the Creative Commons in my description at the end of all of this, so that way I at least hopefully don't get flagged right away. Because all that music came straight from either copyright-free stuff or straight from Filmora, once again. I'm not sure exactly what the issue is between the creators of Filmora and Filmora and the Filmora users, because I've noticed the Filmora users are uploading their stuff for us to use, but then they're forcing us when we're posting, when we're using their content, they're forcing us to give them credit. But here's the thing. When you go through the Filmora program, and I've been meaning to get with the Filmora creators on this and see and make sure that when people are doing this, making sure that they are aware anything in use for Filmora is automatically under Creative Commons, and I don't have to state it in my YouTube video according to what I've read. So I have to get with them a bit more on that one, because I'm finding stuff using my program, finding stuff that they're uploading to the Filmora site that I can access through premium content. I'm being flagged for it. So I hope no one gets mad at me for saying it, but it is something that I'm currently doing. So I do not understand why that's a problem. I'm not the only one with this problem. There's another person with this problem too, and we can't figure out why, because we are under the impression, we're paying for, to access that content. We're actually paying for it. So, yeah. And it was under my impression too, and this is just my impression. I could be wrong. That if you're paying for premium content, you're paying for that. You're paying for the license for that, as long as it's uploaded. So, that's something I got to really look into. Because quite frankly, I'm having some issues with that. So, and then I did find the other song, made sure it was copyright free. So, and made sure that all I have to do is put it under the Creative Commons and we're good. So, so that one was just a bit of nostalgia. The second trailer, the Evil Dead trailer, was a bit of nostalgia because I'm getting ready to throw some people together to play an Evil Dead tabletop game. Where it's a bunch of friends, and it's going to be the nostalgia of a bunch of friends go out into the cabin in the woods. They find a creepy-ass cellar with a creepy-ass book. So, yeah, we're gonna stick to the dream on that one, folks. So yeah, that's what I got going on for TTRPGs. I've got other things going on. Let me get up here. I've got some things to show off today. Let me activate. All right. All right. So it's no secret. It's no secret that I'm a parent. I make everyone aware of it that I am a parent. So I went out today and bought my kids some stuff. And I'm actually going to show it off because this is going to get used in a TTRPG as well. And it's of his favorite game. So I found this. My son is a big Five Nights. Let me see if I can turn that around a different way. Alright, so my son's a big Five Nights at Freddy's fan, and we do have the movie coming out. I've been seeing the movie trailer and making sure it's not fake. Actually, I'm going to double check that right now, too. No, it doesn't look like to be fake, so. Alright, so the new Five Nights at Freddy's movie will be coming out this October on 2023. So my son is big into tabletop games. Tonight we are actually playing, we're going to play a game session of Five Nights at Freddy's. He is going to be the average security guard. My girlfriend's daughter is going to be in it as well. And they're going to get, and this says it's got with over 150 animatronics from the world of Five Nights at Freddy's. This includes pretty much everything that they have so far. So I got this because I'm going to be thumbing through it, and I'm going to be making the original cast using the Fate Core system. Now, my son's a big thing, and he was been wanting to play this for a while because he loves all the Five Nights at Freddy's games. He actually owns, I think he owns all of them. He's got Five Nights at Freddy's 1 through, I think they have 1 through 4. Number 5 is Security Breach, and then he's even got, I think he's even got some of the spin-off games as well. That was one of the things I got for him with his Nintendo Switch. He's always loved Five Nights at Freddy's. People always thought he was weird for it, but now he's got friends getting into it. I'm pretty much going to be taking him to see the film. My son's about to be 14 years old, so as long as he's accompanied by me, I don't see a reason why he can't see the film. Yeah, I'm a great parent, right? Taking my kid to see a horror movie, whatever. Can't be any worse than half the other horror movies that are out there, in my book. But it is what it is. So this is one of the books I wanted to show off, and I like it. I actually bought 2 copies of this today. I actually bought 2 copies, one for myself and one for my son, so that way I can just basically study up on what these characters are, because I actually do not know anything about Five Nights at Freddy's other than it's about a security guard who goes to a place called Freddy's Fazbear Pizza, and he has to watch the monitors. And I did play the first game. Haven't beat the first game yet, but I have been playing it as well and just trying to get into the story. But my son knows more about the lore than I do, so I bought this to get to know the lore, and I got him a copy too. So I spent a good $70-$80 today because I got 2 copies of this, and then I got 2 copies of one other book. And then I bought this one, the Deluxe Unofficial Survivor's Guide, the big book of Five Nights at Freddy's. And I figured this would be good to understand a few games. I'm assuming this is what brings in, that someone wrote this, bringing in, basically it's like a walkthrough, introductions of everything. Even talks about the spin-offs, Five Nights at Freddy's World, FNAF 57 Freddy in Space, Security Breach. It's got some character bios, some how to illustrate scariness, how to write a scary story, and other scary games. And you know what? I might have that because I also have, and I did a review on it. I think I did a review on it, the horror toolkit for Fate Core. So I'm going to be using that with this as well. This is something I'm going to be working on when I'm ready. And of course, with Fate Core, the biggest thing I like about Fate Core, and I know there's been a lot of controversial stuff with Evil Hat Productions, but they did develop a good game, and I can't ignore the fact that the game is good, and I'm not going to bash the game for the things of the creators. I know some people are hard gamers where they're like, oh, I'm never going to touch it again because of this, and whatever. But unfortunately, I'm not going to be that way. So, all right, well, this was not meant to be a long stream, so I do got one more thing I got to show off because someone bought it for me. So a special thanks goes out to Mr. Witch King because he asked me for my address, and he's been wanting me to read this book for a while. And it's a primer, Arbiter of Worlds by Alexander Macris. It is a primer for Game Masters. And, as everyone knows, I'm a big gamer, and at this point, I'm a forever GM. Witch King is trying to do everything he can to get me out of that role for at least a little bit, so that way I can get to be a player, because I do miss having characters myself. But I've thumbed through this book, and I've seen some things. They even have a small, I think, what do they call it? I don't know how the chapters are separated, but in one part, in one part of this game, they start talking about how you can fix up your world and the economy of your world, and how you can make changes to the coin value system and whatnot. So this is a way to make the world your own. Definitely a nice read. I appreciate him for sending that to me. I'll probably have to talk a bit more about it and even do a review on it someday. So, yeah. Other than that, so what do I have for the future of this channel? Well, I do have a zombie game, an Age of the Dead game, which is going to be mine and Witch King's own homebrew version. We're going to be taking on the roles of survivors. I'll probably be the GM. He'll be a player with some other players, and they'll have to try and survive 7 days to make it to the next scenario to gain XP. XP is done a little bit differently in that game, and you guys will see it more once the actual play comes out. I'm going to try and release that one around October. Definitely. Okay, and my girlfriend wants to show off the sapphire. I'm sorry, that's more of a black sapphire. You can tell it's blue, but I think I used too much coloring in it, too dark. And yeah, this is one of the things we just molded. She just molded some dice today. So when her dice is done, she's going to paint the dice I have. The sapphire dice for this was a colossal failure. Unfortunately, I only got one good dice out of it, which was a D20. But, you live and you learn. So we actually discovered something today. And so far, it looks like her pieces are going to turn out to be a good full set. Without any air bubbles. We actually found a way to do it without having a pressure tank. So, booyah, internet, you suck. We're smarter than the internet. Imagine that. So I made a sapphire set. I like this because this is a big piece of freaking... I could stab... no, I'm just kidding. You can tell it's blue. It's a very dark blue. And this is a smaller one. And as you can see, something flew inside of the bottom of it and sat during the epoxy. That's like... It's not deep in the epoxy, it's just below the surface, but you can't feel it. It's deep in there, so... And like I said, and the dice I have, I'm not going to show off the dice yet because we're going to do a dice show at some point and show you the different stages that I take. And then I'm going to finally start piecing sets together, hopefully. That's the idea. I just love it how these turned out. I just took a pause for a minute. So, alright, well, once again, as I was rudely interrupted, I'm in the middle of an announcement. Close your mouth, dear. Anyway, Age of the Dead, that's something that's going to be out in October, and we're going to be taking on, we're going to play a scenario 2 where we're in 7 days and see what happens. And then The Evil Dead, I'm looking at it maybe around October, but I have pieced that game together using a D6 and Fate Core variant. Now, you're probably thinking that's the same thing. No, I took the West End Games D6 system, and I took a little bit of aspects from Fate Core and merged them together in such a way make character creation easy and character improvement easier. So, you guys will have to check and see how I did that when I get ready to play the game. So, yeah, when I run a game, check out that video. Alright, what else do I have next? And then, tonight, I do have that book by Arbiter of Worlds. I got to read that. I'm also going to take time to play video games and more tabletop games. And then with my kids tonight, I'm going to run them through a horror game of Five Nights at Freddy's. So, you know, maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll inspire of the movie coming out in October. Perhaps that is something I will run for actual big time gamers as well, using the fake core system. So, all right, well, that's everything I have at this time. I want to say for anyone who's tuned in, thank you for watching. If you're in the audience, and if not, for the future viewers, thank you for watching as well. Have a great and wonderful day, and remember to work hard, play hard, game on, everybody. Have a great and wonderful day.
Why don't you shut up?
You shut up.